Welcome back, Rich Nation. My name is AJ, and today we're going to be continuing One Punch Man. We are in the midst of monsters attacking everywhere. The culmination of, I think, the most monsters we've seen teaming up with each other all at once. We also have kind of a tournament going on at the very same time, and just kind of a lot of things. And something I've noticed about this season is how fast the pacing just seems really, really fast. I actually finding myself having to either pause or even rewatch a couple parts because of how fast kind of things go out. And maybe that's just because season one's pacing seemed a lot slower. So when you're like used to how kind of a show, how a show's flow is, it can kind of throw you off when it just starts like snapping fast, like this happens, compared to kind of taking its time in season one. Not that it's a bad thing, and I do like that we're getting so much. I do like the story wise. I think we're getting a lot more story this season, and I'm not complaining about that. I just find myself having to kind of rewatch parts just because of how fast things go compared to before. But I'm really enjoying it so far, for sure. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button. Also, you can check me out on Patreon, patreon.com/ajrich123 for full reactions and early releases. I'd appreciate that. Also, I have a Twitter at ajrich123. You can check out all that stuff. I appreciate it. And let's go ahead and start. Ooh. The people they showed in the after credit. Monster King Orochi. He's leading the monsters. We knew that was gonna happen. I mean... Yeah. Yeah, sure. That's what that was. He's got some creepy eyes. Oh man, meanwhile, all this is happening and he's still... His priorities are still that. I mean, there's monsters going everywhere. I mean, any monster and you could possibly think of. Okay, yes, destructing the boobs. Oh, Jesus. Of course, their looks are deceiving. God, whoa. Okay, heads rolling everywhere. Drive Night. The S-class fighters have a ton of strength. I mean, even him, who's top of A-class. Now everyone's going to show their strength. I couldn't really tell the sheer size of him. He's huge. That's how you swallow? Food ASMR you never want to hear. You don't want to be in the toilet with him or by it. Okay, back to the tournament. I mean, it's nothing new at this point. Of course, we have to have big backstory, really fast backstories for people. What? It's a lazy one punch with the yawn. He doesn't even get a full one punch. He ain't worth it. It's not a surprise when you know what's gonna come. Oh, a lot of Class A heroes we haven't seen a lot of. Franny. Holy shit. You know what's funny? The difference between an S class and an A class are like extreme, it seems like. The change is just dramatic. Oh, shit. Of course she's underneath it. Now Tornado's just on a whole nother level. It's called lolly abilities. Wow. I feel like if there's anyone close to Saitama's strength, she is there. Oh, so that's what he's doing. I wonder if he's the one that's been creating them the whole time. The fuck? Where do they grow those things? Oh, so it'll turn you into a monster if you eat those? Shit. No wonder he's talking about that turns people into monsters. It's not even worth eating those. You lose your humanity. Mm-hmm. All that for what? To get one slashed by Atomic Samurai. Feels like a ripoff like SNK fighting game, like King of Fighters tournament or something. Water polo? Ugh. I think anybody close to you could tell that's a wig. If they had any kind of brain. He's more worried about that coming off. It's dangerous, you know, for his piece falling off. Not actually dangerous in strength. I mean, something that'll actually make him try. That's what he's looking for. But prize money as well. I think he would beg to differ on that one. Did he really expect more, though, from this? Fair exchange. He can block, too. I love him, he's just holding it, man. I knew it. That's his priority. Yeah. He's got many different types of punches. Demonic, menacing. Yes, that's what that is. I mean, you're technically a hero now, Saitama. Yeah, some of these guys are different. They're martial artists. Not everybody's an actual hero. Oh. Ooh. Damn. Sometimes you forget, holy shit, sometimes you forget the things Saitama says can be really profound. Oh no, wait, are they gonna disqualify him? Oh, of course that's the only way he loses. Only way, disqualify him. Damn. I wish this guy could fight, like, probably an S-class fighter for sure. If he was, you know, if he was being a hero. Kind of true. God damn. I know the flash is gonna be for nothing, but still. It's a nice move. Tradition of other animes of always breaking the stadium, are always breaking the... You might have missed something, Saitama. So maybe he can, yeah, maybe he can make some spice with his moves. Make his moves more, or his ass more spicy. Always with class. Somebody that's stronger than him. Oh man, somebody stronger than Genos is gonna be a tough thing. One thing I do want to note from the beginning is them talking about something that we're actually learned something kind of big this episode about. There's a monster turning people into monsters, but also this little thing that can turn them into monsters too, like something that either that monster is creating or is part of him or something. But now we know what kind of, at least some of the sources he's able. That's why there's so many monsters coming up. Possibly a lot of these guys were humans before. That's what it's seeming like. So, because where else are these? We've already seen that the monsters that have been created before were humans that had got an emotion. There was like this emotional thing that came out of them, and then like usually anger or something bad, and that's what turned them into a monster. Now I'm wondering if those transformations are from this, or is this something completely separated from that? At least the source of these monsters showing up now, though, at least what we can tell from this is those monsters are created from this guy. And somebody actually, as we saw about this monster, somebody actually stronger than Genos can be a humongous threat. And then back to the tournament here. The tournament's kind of more like a joke compared to the actual story that's going on, but I think that's just part of the joke of the story in general. But I did kind of like, I said this about season 1. Every time Saitama fought somebody, it kind of took away from the actual strength and abilities of the person he was facing, and it made me, as the viewer, have a hard time taking them seriously at all. But then when we saw them fight somebody else, as an example, when we saw Sonic fight elsewhere, we saw like the extent of how strong he was, and now we kind of see how strong some of the S-class fighters are even compared to the A-class. We saw one S-class fighter fighting, it's a drastic difference in power compared there. But when it comes to Saitama fighting these people, and even this last guy he was fighting, I can tell that guy is at least an S-class fighter. He's really, really strong, but how strong is he compared to everybody else? Can't really tell. But I love how the only thing Saitama gets out of this, don't have his wig fall off, and maybe he can, bring out some like flair to his attacks. That's what he thinks martial arts is. That's like, I mean, if that makes his serious punches and his other moves more flashy and cool, I'm all for it, man. Hopefully, but in this case, he just used his ass to attack. But yeah, that's kind of what I kind of get from his, but I think the best fights so far this season have had to do with the other S-class fighters. I think that even when we get only like a few seconds of them or whatever, because we've seen a lot of them fight, even some that were barely mentioned at all, like in season 1 or before, we're getting fights out of them, and I love that. We're seeing the difference, and it's the scale. I feel like the scale in power is just so hard to gauge in this. I like the scale and power between each person, and it seems like it's just so dramatic. And maybe that's something they're going for, but the power scale in this is just huge people compared. It's not like, oh, this person's power is just a little bit stronger. It's like it goes like here, and then like Saitama's there's no chart of it. Who knows what the extent of that power is. But anyway, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button. Check out my Patreon at patreon.com/ajrich123 for full reactions and early releases. I'd appreciate that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.